Hey guys, it's me Starwarsbricks and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Resistance A-Wing Starfighter MOC. As you could tell, this is from The Last Jedi and it has the dark red and white color scheme. Now this is a MOC that I built quite a while ago. I built this in 2017. It was around the summers before The Last Jedi actually came out. But yeah, here it is, so let's take a look. Alright, so as you could tell, this might look very similar to the set LEGO released back in 2017 of the original trilogy A-Wing Starfighter, and that's because I based my MOC off of that set, and I pretty much followed the same building style and pattern that LEGO used, and kind of just replicated that and built my own Last Jedi Star Wars A-Wing. Now, there actually is a few differences with mine compared to the LEGOs, actually quite a lot, mainly with the front over here, but for the most part, the build is pretty much the same, and I think it turned out pretty well. Alright, so taking a look at the front here, this is actually where a lot of the design change took place. Not exactly all of this is alike the set. I actually used longer slopes right here because that is the only part or color they come in for dark red, and it's basically 2 studs longer. And to me, if you've seen any photos of it, like behind the scenes or set photos of the ship, it kind of does look a little longer, and I think it turned out pretty well. So I kind of like how the length is a little bit longer, and that is different from the set. One other thing that's different is, as you can tell right here, it is actually sloped instead of, I think they use like plates right here or something. So what I decided to do is actually just slope it off in all white, and I just think it looks a lot more sleek that way. But yeah, that's what I did to the front, just used 4 of these long white slopes, and I just added this plating that continues off through the center of the ship. Anyways, yeah, so I pretty much use a lot of the same design right here too with the sloping. For here I did it a little differently because they don't actually produce 2x4 dark red plates, so I had to use individual 1x4 slopes in dark red, but you don't really notice it, and I think it blends in pretty well. One thing I also changed right here was the way they did this. I decided to add this dark red slope right here along with these curved parts right here in dark red to kind of continue off with the design and kind of flow in with the front of the ship, and I think it turned out pretty well. And as you can tell, it's the same thing on the other side with the sloping. Nothing has changed. But moving along, since I did modify the front a little bit, I did have to add these two 1x4 dark red plates. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty well. Alright, so here we have the turrets on the side here, and as you can tell, they are very similar to LEGOs. And for the most part, as you can tell with the set, I did try to follow their design. And I did add some detailing here with the dark bluish gray, some light bluish gray, and I believe it's tan on the actual ship. So I did use this dark tan right here. I added this like Technic gear back here along with another Technic pin, and I think that turned out really well. It looks pretty accurate to the movie because there is some more detail back there, and obviously I added the black Technic pin in there to keep that all intact. But yeah, so here's another look at the front of the turrets. A lot of the design is the same as LEGO's. But yeah, those were the turrets. Those do move 360 degrees. I'm going to actually lift it up so you guys could see, but those do spin around completely. And it does the same thing on both sides, so those both turn. But yeah, those actually connect the same way as LEGOs, and if I take these out right here, you can tell that there is just a 1x1 brick with a pin slot in the middle, and you have these parts right here with a pin, and you just slide that in here, and that is how the turns slide on. Alright, now moving along to the back over here, I did use the same parts that LEGO used. Now as you can see, these are in dark red, and LEGO does not produce these wing parts right here in dark red. So I did paint those, I spray painted those, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. The color is actually very, very close. It's really hard to tell, even by looking at it from about a foot away. You can't really tell. You really have to get up close and actually take a look. And it's still hard to notice then, but yeah, the color is actually really, really accurate that I used to paint the wings on the back. But as you can tell on the bottom over here, I actually only painted the bottom portion of this and then kind of cut it off right here, and that's because in the film, that's how the ship actually looks. Not all of it is red. It kind of continues off right here, and then it's completely red on the top, but only part of the bottom is white. So I did try to mask it off. Didn't go so well on this side, but on the other side it's a lot better. But yeah, it continues off right here and continues with the pattern and along the lines of the sloping right there. But yeah, so I also added the dark bluish gray detail along with some light bluish gray in there, and just more dark red parts, and the engine design is pretty much the same too. As we move along to the back here are the engines. I used the white Technic gears back there along with the trans yellow parts. Also right here there's some more trans yellow, and I think it turned out really well. I think the trans yellow actually complements the red a lot. It looks really good with the red. I did try out a lot of other colors, but I really think that the yellow turned out the best, so here's how that looks. Pretty much the same design on the inside. Alright, so moving along to this side, everything is actually symmetrical to the left side, so it's pretty much the same on this side. But yeah, it's the exterior of my A-Wing MOC. Let's take a look at the cockpit. Alright, so here's the cockpit. As you can tell, I went with the trans clear cockpit instead of the trans brown cockpit that LEGO uses. I believe that's what it's called on Bricklink. However, same design again. Also, this white part comes out on the back. Don't really know what that's for. I guess it's for storage, but I did include that on mine if you were wondering. Nothing's really back there, as you can tell right here. There's not really much. Didn't really focus too much on the interior where the driver sits either, or the pilot. But I just added this clip so you could sit a minifigure down. But yeah, this just sits right there, and you could close the cockpit just like this. But yeah, on the set, I think this might actually have a sticker, but it doesn't really matter to me. You're not really going to see it that much, so I just left that blank. But yeah, that's the cockpit. It's pretty plain and simple, but I still think it looks pretty good. Alright, in case you wanted to see the bottom of it, it's very similar to the set again. And here are the landing gears. I built those just like the set too. There's another one right here at the front. The front here I did plate it up more and cover it up, especially at the front here. I added these inverted white slopes to kind of finish off the look. And if you look at it from the front, I think it looks a lot more complete like that. So that's one thing I did add. But yeah, it's pretty much the same here. Added more plating right here with dark red, and also some more dark red inverted slopes, along with some more white detailing right here. Again, continuing off of the white stripe down the center of the ship. But everything's pretty much the same as Legos, so yeah. And again, a few color changes from the actual set, like I added these in black. I believe they're actually the same color as the ship, which is like gray or something. But not much had to be swapped. But I think for the most part, this actually turned out pretty well. Alright guys, so there you have it. There's my A-Wing MOC for you guys. Yeah, in case you guys wanted to know for the rear wings back here, if you wanted to know the spray paint that I use, I'll put a picture up on the screen right now, but it is by Krylon. It's a dark red paint. It actually bonds the plastic, so you could use it on Lego bricks, and it's actually really nice, and the coloring is very accurate. So in case you wanted to do something like this and recolor the actual set, that is the spray paint that I used to paint the wings on the back. But anyways, that's my A-Wing MOC. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like, comment what you think, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. But anyways, that's it. I hope you guys have a great day.